Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. I have another one for you guys. This one is very interesting to me because I pretty much sort of fall into this category, but the title of the video is people who treat their birthdays like any other day. And I think that's interesting. I want to learn something from this video, and hopefully that can everyone can benefit from it, and then we can glean some wisdom from it. So, without further ado,
Have you ever met someone who treats their birthday like it doesn't even matter? No countdown, no party, no photos, no candles, just another date on the calendar. Meanwhile, others plan weeks in advance. They decorate, gather friends, and make sure everyone knows it's their special day. Two people, same date, completely different emotional worlds. So what really separates them? Why do some people celebrate loudly while others quietly move through the day as if it's nothing special? Let's go deeper, because the answer isn't as simple as they don't care. It's psychological, sometimes painful, sometimes peaceful, but always revealing. 1. The invisible wound. For some people, birthdays became emotionally expensive. Think back to childhood. Imagine a young kid excited about their birthday. They invite friends, wait all day, maybe even wear their favorite outfit. But few people show up. The room stays quiet. The excitement turns into disappointment. That's how it starts.
interesting. I don't recall any real memories of like anything bad happening around my birthday. Personal, I can't I can't think of exactly why I don't celebrate it, other than life happens. You get busy, you kind of get used to not doing certain things. Like, for example, one of the routines that my friends and I used to do for birthdays is we would all go out for dinner. Like, the person whose birthday it was pick the spot, and they wouldn't pay, and everyone would just share the bill. But COVID happened, and things like that started happening. So just stop celebrating birthdays. So it's not even like to say I don't celebrate my birthday. It's more so that I don't really do much for my birthday, because most of the time my birthday is like doing work, and I'm always busy. Um, so I don't think this would apply. But let's keep going.
When this happens enough times, the brain learns something dangerous. Expectation equals pain.
Mm,
Psychologists call this learned helplessness. It's when you stop hoping for joy, because experience has taught you it never lasts. So the next time their birthday comes around, they don't plan, they don't hope, they don't expect. They emotionally turn off before disappointment can hit again. To others, it looks like indifference, but in reality, it's emotional self-defense. They're not cold, they're protecting themselves from the warmth that once burned them. 2. The overloaded mind. There's another group that's not sad at all, just drained. Modern life has trained our brains to be constantly busy. Work, notifications, deadline.
got me. That's exactly what I just said. Life happens. You just get busy. And before you know it, it's just another day. Oh my gosh. Oof. This is hitting deep, folks. This is hitting deep. Let me know. Watch the entire video. Let's go through the entire video. Let me know which one applies to you, or do you celebrate your birthday? Um, and what type of celebrations do you do? Like, what type of routines do you have? Do you guys throw parties, things of that nature? I'd be interested to know how I different from other people.
Errands. When you live inside that storm, days blur together. Psychologists call this time compression, the feeling that life is moving faster than you can emotionally process. When every day feels like a checklist, birthdays lose their meaning. It's not that they don't want to celebrate, they simply don't have the mental space for it.
Mm-hmm.
Even joy feels like another task. They tell themselves, I'll celebrate later. But later never comes.
Now, I don't say I'll celebrate later, but I just don't think about celebrating it at all. Now, people call me. I have friends and family. Obviously, you wish each other happy birthday, things of that nature. I have people that call me. My birthday is usually like a very long day of like getting a whole bunch of calls. Happy birthday, you know, thank God for you type of thing. And it's really, really great. I love it. I love that aspect of things. But it's a little different for me. Um, just because I'm always busy. I'm always doing something. I'm always striving for something. And usually I end up forgetting my birthday. Like I usually it's like, oh, it's my birthday. Like last year, I knew it was my birthday because my company wished me a happy birthday. It's bad, I know, but that's life for most people. Like you just get caught up in everything, and America is a very fast-paced country, and everyone is striving towards something, and they're trying to work hard towards something, and it becomes too much, and it becomes just too many expectations of you. It's a lot. It's a lot. So no.
This is common among high achievers, students, or caregivers who are always on. They suppress self-celebration because their brain equates rest with guilt.
Ooh. I don't know if I'm guilty or feeling guilty for resting. I do enjoy my rest, but it's more so that there's so many people that I'm grateful for in my life that I want to do as much for them as possible. And it's crazy because like I talk to my mom and she's like, you just keep taking too many things on your shoulder. You just keep trying to do too much, and it's too burdensome and everything like that. But it's like I want to do more for people. I feel like I should do more for people because there's a lot of people that have added a lot of value in my life, and their happiness means more to me. Or I wouldn't say means more. I feel really happy when the people around me are happy. I think that's more accurate.
In their world, a quiet birthday isn't neglect. It's survival. 3. The self-sufficient soul. Then there's a third type. People who genuinely don't need to celebrate. They know it's their birthday. They feel gratitude, but they don't attach their self-worth to how loudly others notice it. For them, the day is not a performance. It's a reflection. Psychologists connect this to self-determination theory, which says true happiness comes from autonomy, competence, and inner fulfillment. They've shifted from who's celebrating me to how do I feel about who I've become.
That, oh, without going any further, that 100%. 100%. I always reflect on my birthday. I'm another year. What have I accomplished? What are my goals? Who am I? Where am I going to be at my next birthday in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years? Things. Ooh, damn, this is deep, folks. This is really deep. I like this. This is a good video.
It's emotional maturity, the realization that validation from others can't replace peace from within. Mm-hmm. They don't ignore the day. They just live it quietly. Mm-hmm. Maybe journaling, walking alone, or spending time with someone meaningful.
Yep.
Their silence isn't emptiness. It's contentment.
Yep.
4. The birthday paradox. But here's where it gets interesting. Even though these people seem calm or detached on their birthday, they often remember everyone else's. They're the first to wish you, the one who buys thoughtful gifts, or remembers small details others forget. Why? Because deep down, they know what it feels like to be forgotten.
Ooh, that's deep. Oh, that is deep. Ah. Damn. That's deep. That's not me, though. That's not. I remember people's birthdays, but I usually remember mine. I just get busy, um, but even that aspect a little bit. I think a little bit of everyone has that in them, where you've dealt with something or you experienced something like that, where people forget about you, and because of that, you tend to make sure other people are not forgotten. So a little bit, but not really.
They've built empathy from absence. Their lack of celebration isn't a lack of emotion. It's a quiet understanding of how fragile connection really is. That's the paradox. The ones who don't celebrate themselves often carry the deepest emotional intelligence about others. 5.
This one right here is 100% true. I've seen this in real life. I've seen this in media. You have one person that is always taking care of everyone, and everyone goes to that specific person for everything. But that person usually has no one to take care of them and no one to really lean on. Yeah, that's oh, this video is getting deep, folks. Leave a like the video.
The social mirror society plays a big role too. Social media turned birthdays into public performances,
Ooh, facts.
photos, stories,
Mm-hmm.
captions, all measuring popularity in likes and comments. And when someone doesn't get the same level of attention, the mind registers it as social rejection. Psychologists call this the comparison trap, where our brain confuses digital applause with real affection. So some people decide, I'd rather not post anything at all. They withdraw, not because they hate birthdays, but because they hate what birthdays have become, a scoreboard instead of a celebration. In a world obsessed with sharing every emotion, silence becomes their rebellion.
I respect that. I respect that. I I think that social media has ruined human interaction. I think that people can't get along with each other at all. I think that people don't really see each other at all. I think that I think AI is going to absolutely destroy human society. 100%. I think we're going to all start, not all, most of us are going to turn, most of society is going to turn to robots for connection, AI for connection, rather than human beings. And we'll look at human beings as a virus, at least as other human beings, as a virus that we want to make sure we stay away from. I think it's really, really sad. I think social media plays a big part in it with people pretending. I've seen people saying with even within my company, not my current company, but in a company I worked for, saying that they're going on vacation and they'll post on social media a room from like a really, really nice hotel, and they'll say that this is where they're staying at when that's not where they're staying at. Why do people have the need to do all these things, be all this level of extra just to impress people on social media? Like no one cares. And it's not even like it's a bad thing that no one cares. It's more so like enjoy your time. Like it's your vacation. Do what you want to do. Like no one's gonna be like, oh my gosh, you say you were going on vacation, but you stayed home and you slept. What's wrong with that? But all of this is just about, like, most people are just focused on the glamour of everything. I want to be like the celebrity. I want to be like the famous people. I want to be able to go to Abu Dhabi, and I want to be able to go to Cancun, and all these different things. And it's like they're just doing it for other people. And it's crazy too, because like I have a gaming channel, right? That's completely separate from this. I stopped playing video games because I had a gaming channel, because I felt like I needed to make sure I record everything that I played for other people, so it stopped being enjoyable. And personally, I prefer this one. So make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff, because I prefer this, because this is where I'm happiest. you know? And I think that's the most important thing in all of this is whichever lean or whichever group you find yourself in, as long as you're happy, as long as you're fulfilled, and as long as you have people around you, I think that's the most important thing. Well, people around you that love you, I think that's the most important thing. Don't just have a bunch of random people around you that don't really care about you. We're not doing that.
6. The fear of aging. Then there's another layer, the passage of time. Birthdays remind us we're getting older. And for many, that reminder triggers anxiety, especially in cultures obsessed with youth and achievement.
Facts. I'm looking at Korea. I'm looking at China, but not, China. I don't know too much about China, but Korea. I'm thinking Japan, like all these places where people are like overly obsessed with like the surgeries and stuff like that. I'm looking at Hollywood. What's up, Hollywood? How you doing? You're demonic ass. I'm looking at all of that. You see grown people in like their 60s trying to have all these surgeries to make themselves look young, and it's like, damn, whatever happened to like getting older? And I think this is also part of the problem with why young people are in the positions that they're in, and those just doesn't have too much to do with their birthdays, but just roll with me here. You have a bunch of old people that refuse to get old. You know, like it used to be like a process of when you're young, you strive. You know, you maybe get a mentor, someone helps you grow. You get to a certain point and then you're at your peak and you're doing well and all of that stuff. And then you start to get to a certain point where you're like, I want to be able to give back because someone gave to me. So you find someone young and you start mentoring that person, and then you set that person up, and then you go into retirement, and you know you've built this life. You have a family, you have grandkids, you have all these things, and now you can rest. But now these people are just hanging on to everything. They refuse to chill. They refuse to go through the process of life, you know? I think that's that's one of the reasons why the current generation find it very hard to do things, find it very hard to buy a house, find it very hard to do all of these things, because these people refuse to just let the natural order of things happen.
You're supposed to have made it by a certain age.
Mm.
You're supposed to look young, stay relevant, stay ahead. So when the birthday comes, it doesn't feel like celebration.
Yes. And I think this affects women the most, because regardless of how feminism and all these things want to change things, the truth is, deep down, our natures are what it is. Okay. And women, regardless of regardless of how they think, once they get to 30, they'll always say the same thing. They're getting old. They need to start thinking about settling down, whether it is the traditional woman, the liberal woman. Like it's all the same. It's all a natural thing. And I feel like women are affected by this the most. Aging. Because your body tells you, your body's literally telling you, hey, you're running out of time. Like, we need to, like, if you're going to have kids, you're going to have a family, you're running out of time. You need to get it going. I think for men, it's a little less because society still expects us to be the same as we've always been, which is provider, protector, all of these different things. So naturally, we go to that path. And we feel fulfilled in these things. Therefore, we don't feel as aging is as detrimental as women do.
It feels like confrontation. Every candle becomes a question. Am I where I thought I'd be? That's why some people quietly avoid the day altogether.
Mm-hmm.
Not because they hate themselves.
That's why it's a thing not to ask women how old they are.
But because they're still trying to make peace with time. 7. the reframed meaning. But let's flip this for a second. Maybe treating your birthday like a normal day isn't sadness. Maybe it's a sign of evolution. The truth is, people who don't make a big deal about birthdays often have something others don't, a deeper sense of continuity. They don't wait for one day to feel alive. They find small reasons to feel grateful every day.
I respect that.
Their philosophy is simple. Why celebrate existence once a year when you can live it daily?
Now, this doesn't apply with me with the birthday, but generally when it comes to holidays and things like that, and other people's stuff, that's pretty much how I treat it. I don't wait for you don't wait for Valentine's Day to show or express love. You don't wait for your mother's, your father's birthday to show love and appreciation. You don't just wait for them to be like, I'm gonna get them a gift. I'm the type that if I see something that I know my parents are gonna like or they're gonna appreciate or benefit from, I do it. I don't wait and say, oh, well, their birthday's coming up, so I should probably wait for their birthday. No, I do it in the moment because tomorrow is not guaranteed, right? And when people are here and people are in your lives, you should appreciate them while they're here and while they're in your lives because you don't know what happens tomorrow.
In a strange way, they've outgrown the need for ritual, not because they reject joy, but because they've integrated it. 8.
I respect that. Everything becomes ritualistic. You don't understand why you're doing certain things. You're just doing it. That's deep.
What it reveals about you. So what does your own reaction to birthdays say about you? If you crave celebration, it might mean you value connection. You recharge through people, attention, and shared energy. If you prefer a quiet day, you might value self-reflection and independence. Your fulfillment comes from within. And if you feel nothing either way, maybe your life has been so crowded with noise that you've forgotten how to pause for yourself. None of these are wrong. Each tells a story about how you process emotion, time, and self-worth. The key is awareness, because when you understand why you react the way you do, the day starts to hold meaning again, whether it's loud or silent.
Great video. I'm going to give it a clap, 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 clap. Thank you guys very much for watching. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on. I think this is really, really good. I think I definitely learned a little bit about myself. Hopefully you guys did as well. I think once you come to understand these type of things, you start to understand people and you start to have more empathy and you start to, just get where people are coming from. And I think that's part of the issue with our society is we don't really have these type of conversations. We don't really have these type of reflections. We don't really think about why people do certain things that they do. We just look at everything from our perspective. And I think that's part of the issue is it's not always about you. We all have to live in this world together. We all have to share in this world together. We all have to make sure that we are all, good, So I think this is a good video. I don't think there's anything else I need to say about this. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces. Bye.